I mean, until now, my only experience with government was trying to get a recycling bin. Wait, did I ever get it?
This is Rashida Jones, an actress who's made a name for herself with her comedic performances in shows like The Office, Parks and Recreation, Angie Tribeca, and she's one of many talents lending her voice to the new adaptation of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Grinch. Rashida grew up surrounded by show business. It would be hard not to when your mother is Peggy Lipton, a Golden Globe-winning actress known for her characters in The Mod Squad and Twin Peaks, and your father is Quincy Jones, a legendary 27-time Grammy Award-winning music and film producer. But Rashida had to go it alone when she got into acting, performing in plays in college, and first appearing on screen at around the age of 21 in the miniseries The Last Don as Joanna, an aspiring actress who gets swept up by a lecherous movie producer. Despite finding initial success with work in films and TV shows, including an episode of Freaks and Geeks as a bully,
I want you to move your ass!
Rashida had trouble with auditions, trouble that she associated partly with her being biracial.
You know, I'd go in for parts where I'm supposed to be black, and they would be like, "You're too light, what are you doing here?" I just kind of fell in the middle somewhere.
She did end up breaking through with her first milestone being a series regular role on Boston Public as Louisa Fern, secretary to the high school principal. And in a show that would often touch on taboo subject matter, the writers made Louisa biracial and had her talk about it.
And still, I had kind of a difficult time figuring out my own identity.
Despite the obstacles, Rashida continued the hustle, getting work in a number of TV shows, some that lasted a season and others that didn't make it past the pilot. Even so, it was apparent early on how strong she was at comedy, like in this parody commercial for tampons on Chappelle's show.
Girl, I got something that'll keep your flow tizzy.
Or her brief but funny role as a gynecologist in Little Black Book.
Comfy?
Then Rashida's first big break came in 2006 when she played recurring character Karen Filippelli, a love interest of Jim's, in The Office.
Kind of like my first.
Really?
Oh my god, it's so easy, It's not even fun.
From that moment forward, it didn't take long for Rashida to sort of circulate around the comedic world. It really seems like comedy comes naturally to her, whether she's playing the straight man like Ann Perkins, one of the only people with any sense in Parks and Recreation,
What are you doing?
or the title character of Angie Tribeca, a show that continues the legacy of screwball comedy and the style of projects like Airplane or The Naked Gun.
How long until you put my leg bone back in? What is it gonna take for you to get this right?
I got it.
Any chance you got a look at the driver?
And although it's not as frequent as her comedic work, she's still kept a foot in the world of drama, most notably as Mark Zuckerberg's lawyer, Marilyn, in The Social Network. She has one of the best lines in the movie, pretty much summing up Mark Zuckerberg's character.
You're not Mark. You're just trying so hard to be.
But don't be fooled, because Rashida has one of those IMDb pages that only tells part of the story unless you start clicking on the other tabs on her profile. As a writer, she co-wrote the Season 3 episode of Black Mirror, Nosedive. As a director, she helmed a documentary, Quincy, about her father's life and career. And she's an executive producer of Claws, a show on TNT about the life and crimes of 5 women who work at a nail salon.
Baby, it's what we do.
Rashida's a plate spinner, working to develop multiple projects of different tones across several mediums, acting in live action and animated projects, appearing in music videos, modeling. She's all over the place. And on top of it all, she'll always be known as an absolute rock of modern comedy.
It's the killer. Hey, you.